everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today on such an absolutely gorgeous day for the 17th Annual Global Cannabis March. My name is Kimberly McCullough. I'm the Legislative Director with the American Civil Liberties Union. Just for some of you who may not know who the ACLU is, we are a nonpartisan organization dedicated to advancing civil rights and civil liberties. Our national organization is almost 100 years old, and our Oregon affiliate is celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. We work on a broad range of issues, many of which intersect with the ongoing need for drug reform. In 1973, we supported legislation to make Oregon the first state to decriminalize possession of small amounts of marijuana. In the 1990s, we beat back attempts to recriminalize marijuana and helped craft the successful ballot measure that created Oregon's medical marijuana program. We're grateful to have also been part of the Measure 91 campaign. And we continue to be involved in this work because we want Oregon's experience with legal marijuana to be a successful model for other states and to lead to federal reform. But I don't want to just talk to you about marijuana today. I also want to talk about the decades-long drug war that has ensnared millions of people into America's criminal justice system. Our society and our government made a huge mistake when we decided to regulate certain drugs, like marijuana, through prohibition, criminalization, decriminalization, and stigma. Instead of dealing with drugs as a public health issue, we set in motion machinery that deeply eroded fundamental rights crucial to our democracy, tore families apart, and locked people in cages. While we've made incredible progress legalizing marijuana in Oregon, the truth is that so much of the drug war's machinery is still operating. The impact it's made and continues to make will take a huge amount of work to rectify. So how do we get there? How do we get to finishing drug reform or to more drug reform that we need? We need to shift the narrative and change our culture. Instead of talking about being tough on crime, we need to talk about being smart on crime. And being smart on crime means that we know that dealing with drugs as a criminal issue doesn't make any sense. Criminalizing drugs makes us less safe. It pushes people that need help into the shadows. It disproportionately impacts the poor and people of color. And it gives power to cartels who are terrorizing our neighbors in nations to the south. As we shift away from criminalization, we need to instead focus on public health. Our laws and our efforts should be aimed at promoting health in our society. What's good for people who need medicine? What helps people who have addictions? And what actually keeps us safe and free? We can't become complacent. We can't think that merely decriminalizing marijuana in Oregon is enough because the damage that has been done is so deep. Even here in Oregon, we still have marijuana reform that needs to happen. Criminal penalties for marijuana-related crimes are still too high. Even though alcohol is a much more dangerous drug, criminal penalties that remain on the books for marijuana are still much higher than the same types of penalties for alcohol. In addition, employees in Oregon can still be fired for using marijuana even if they're a medical patient. And tenants in Oregon can still be evicted from their homes because they use or possess marijuana in their homes. All of this needs to change, and we have to be also vigilant in protecting our medical marijuana patients. As I mentioned earlier, the ACLU has been at the forefront of drug reform for a long time, and we're not stopping anytime soon. My sincere hope is that you won't stop either. So I understand that the march is about to start. If you guys can head up that way towards the beginning of the march, let's go get them.